You won't believe the rarest reptiles on the planet, hidden deep in remote jungles, nestled among desert rocks and slithering through the canopy of rainforests, live snakes and other reptiles so bizarre you literally won't believe they exist. From two-headed wonders that fight for control of a single body to snakes with colorful scales that shine like living jewels in the sun, you'll be shocked by each one. Curious? Join us and let's go. Number 16. Albino Cobra. Nature occasionally breaks its own rules, resulting in creatures of extraordinary beauty. The albino cobra stands as living proof, sporting a ghostly white appearance that makes it look more like a mythical entity than a real reptile. This isn't a separate species, but rather a genetic condition known as albinism, which prevents the production of melanin, the pigment responsible for normal coloration in animals. The result is a cobra completely devoid of its usual patterns, dressed instead in pristine white scales with striking red or pink eyes that lack any pigmentation. Growing between 4 and 7 feet, like their normally colored counterparts, albino cobras retain all the dangerous capabilities of regular cobras. They possess the same potent venom and characteristic hood-flaring defensive display, but their unusual coloration makes them particularly vulnerable in the wild. Their bright white appearance eliminates any camouflage advantage, making them easy targets for both predators and prey that might otherwise fail to spot them. Number 15. Rainbow boa. Deep in South America's rainforest slithers a snake that seems to have captured the entire spectrum of light within its scales. The rainbow boa doesn't just wear colors. It creates them through an optical magic trick that puts human technology to shame. Growing up to 7 feet long, these muscular constrictors use every inch of their powerful bodies to squeeze prey into submission. But it's not their hunting prowess that makes them famous. It's their incredible iridescent scales. Unlike snakes that rely on pigments for coloration, rainbow boas have microscopic ridges on their scales that break light into its component colors, the same way a prism does. This structural coloration creates a shimmering rainbow effect that shifts with every movement and viewing angle. The effect is most dramatic in low light or when the snake's skin is moist, making them particularly striking during nighttime hunts. After rainfall. Number 14. Malagusy Leafnosed Snake. Evolution occasionally produces disguises so perfect they seem like cosmic jokes. The Malagusy Leafnosed Snake from Madagascar sports a nasal appendage so remarkably leaf-like that it could easily win a reptilian costume contest. This master of disguise, measuring between 2 to 3 feet long, uses its peculiar snout extension to disappear among fallen leaves and forest debris. The leaf-shaped projection extends from its nose, creating a perfect silhouette that fools both predators and prey. When motionless among actual leaves, the snake becomes virtually invisible, an evolutionary magic trick perfected over thousands of generations. Unlike many of its venomous cousins, the leaf-nosed snake relies entirely on constriction to subdue its meals. After striking with remarkable speed, it wraps its body around prey, squeezing tightly until the victim can no longer breathe. This non-venomous approach has served it well in Madagascar's unique ecosystem, where it hunts small mammals, lizards, and other snakes. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video, so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel, so leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 13. Two-Headed Milknake. The two-headed milknake isn't something from medieval folklore. It's a real biological wonder that'll stop you in your tracks. This rare condition, called bicephaly, happens when embryos don't properly separate during development, resulting in a single snake with 2 fully functional heads. Each head has its own brain, personality, and appetite, which creates a fascinating but challenging existence. These dual-headed reptiles grow to between 14 and 69 inches long, sporting the characteristic red, black, and yellow bands that make milk snakes famous. The real drama unfolds when it's time to move or eat. The heads often disagree on direction, Or which one gets to swallow prey. It's like having a permanent roommate you never chose, with both of you trying to control the same body. In the wild, these snakes rarely survive long because their conflicting impulses make hunting inefficient, and escaping predators nearly impossible. Number 12. Green Vine Snake. When you need to disappear in a jungle, being long, thin, and exactly the same color as your surroundings is the perfect strategy. The green vine snake has mastered this approach, with a body so slender and verdant that it's often mistaken for part of the vegetation it hunts among in the forests of South and Central America. Stretching 4 to 6 feet long, but rarely thicker than a pencil, these snakes are marvels of evolutionary engineering. Their elongated heads taper to a pointed snout, and their eyes feature horizontal keyhole-shaped pupils that provide exceptional depth perception, crucial for judging striking distances when hunting from branches. This precision vision allows them to target small lizards, frogs, and birds with remarkable accuracy. What makes green vine snakes particularly fascinating is their defensive display. When threatened, they don't rely on venom or constriction like many other snakes. Instead, they transform their appearance by flattening their bodies and exposing a dramatic pattern of black and white scales between their green exterior. Number 11. Moanza, Flatheaded Rockagama, swinging through the rocky landscapes of Aispida. Africa is a lizard so colorful it earned the nickname Spider-Man Lizard. The Moanza, flat-headed Rockagama sports the same iconic red and blue color scheme as the famous web slinger, making it look like it escaped from a comic book rather than evolved naturally in Tanzania, Rwanda, and Kenya. Males display their superhero colors during warm weather, when their heads turn bright blue and their bodies transform into a vibrant rusty red. This dramatic contrast isn't just for show, it serves as a visual signal to attract females and warn rival males to keep their distance. When temperatures drop, they switch to more subdued browns, effectively going undercover until conditions improve. These lizards measure about 6 to 9 inches long and spend their days basking on sun-baked rocks, darting out to snatch beetles, spiders, and other small invertebrates with lightning-quick reflexes. Number 10. Panther Chameleon. Madagascar's tropical forests hide living rainbows that put even the most advanced display technology to shame. The Panther Chameleon stands out as nature's color-changing champion, capable of displaying almost the entire visible spectrum on its skin within minutes. These remarkable reptiles grow between 12 and 20 inches long, with males typically larger and more colorful than females. What makes them truly extraordinary is their unmatched ability to transform their appearance. Unlike mood rings, their color changes aren't just about emotions. They communicate territorial boundaries, mating readiness, temperature regulation, and even responses to perceived threats. The science behind their color-changing ability is mind-blowing. Their skin contains multiple layers of specialized cells called chromatophores that expand or contract to reflect different wavelengths of light. It's like having millions of tiny, adjustable pixels embedded in their skin, allowing for precision color control that would make any digital screen designer jealous. Number 9. Aispida. Deep in the rainforests of Central Africa slithers a snake that looks like it's having a perpetually bad hair day. The hairy bush viper, Aispida, sports scales that stand up like thousands of tiny spines, giving it the appearance of a snake that stuck its tail in an electrical socket. This venomous beauty grows to about 18 to 24 inches long, with a relatively thick body compared to other tree vipers. Its most distinctive feature, those raised, pointed scales, serves multiple purposes in its arboreal lifestyle. The hairy appearance helps the snake blend perfectly with mossy branches and lichens, making it nearly invisible to both predators and prey. Additionally, these modified scales may help shed rainwater in their humid forest home, preventing fungal infections that plague other reptiles. Number 8. Flying Snake. The flying snake performs aerial acrobatics that would make Olympic gymnasts jealous, gliding gracefully between trees despite having no wings, no limbs, and no obvious flight equipment. Found in the dense forests of Southeast Asia, these remarkable reptiles have turned falling with style into a precise science, capable of gliding distances of up to 330 feet while maintaining surprising control over their trajectory. When preparing for flight, the snake climbs to a high branch, dangles from the edge, and launches itself with a powerful J-shaped motion. Once airborne, it performs a remarkable transformation, flattening its body by spreading its ribs to create a concave surface on its underside, essentially turning its entire body into a wing. By undulating in midair and making subtle adjustments to the shape of its body, the snake can actually make turns and control its landing point with impressive precision. Number 7. Tentacled Snake. The tentacled snake looks like it crawled out of a science fiction novel, sporting two bizarre tentacle-like protrusions on its snout that make it appear alien even by serpent standards. This fully aquatic snake, found in the calm freshwater bodies of Southeast Asia, has evolved one of the most specialized hunting strategies in the reptile kingdom, using physics, prediction, and those strange facial tentacles to catch fish with mind-boggling efficiency. Growing to about 2 to 3 feet in length, the tentacled snake, Erpeton tentaculatum, spends its entire life in water, never coming onto land. Its body is stiff and muscular, often taking on a distinctive J shape while hunting, the perfect ambush. Position. The strange tentacles that give this snake its name are actually highly sensitive tactile organs packed with nerve endings that can detect the slightest water movements, allowing the snake to locate fish even in murky water or complete darkness. Number 6. Thorny Devil. In Australia's harsh central deserts, a living fortress crawls across the sand, covered in sharp spikes that would make a cactus jealous. The Thorny Devil might look like a miniature dragon that wandered out of a fantasy novel, but its bizarre features serve vital survival functions in one of Earth's most unforgiving environments. This 8-inch lizard wears a crown of horn-like spines on its head and shoulders, with smaller thorns covering nearly every inch of its body. The intimidating armor deters predators, but even more remarkable is how this desert dweller drinks. Rather than searching for rare water sources, the Thorny Devil has evolved microscopic channels between its scales that work like a network of tiny straws. Morning dew or even moist sand touching any part of its body gets pulled through these channels directly to its mouth, essentially allowing the lizard to drink through its skin. Number 5. Iridescent Shieldtail. Hidden in the lush western Ghats of India lives a snake that glitters like a living gemstone. The iridescent shieldtail slithers through the forest floor with scales that flash brilliant blues and greens with every movement, creating a hypnotic light show beneath the canopy. This secretive serpent spends most of its time burrowing through moist soil, typically emerging only during monsoon season when heavy rains bring it to the surface. Unlike most snakes, which taper to a point, the shieldtail's most distinctive feature is its blunt, flat tail tip that resembles a shield or disc. This specialized tail serves as both a digging tool and a defensive mechanism. When threatened, the snake plugs its burrow entrance with this hardened scale, preventing predators from following. Number 4. Northern Blue-Tongued Skink. Australia's grasslands and woodlands host a lizard with a secret weapon so bright it seems artificial, a tongue as brilliantly blue as a tropical ocean. The northern blue-tongued skink isn't shy about flashing this vibrant feature when trouble comes knocking. Growing up to 20 inches long, these robust lizards sport a thick, cylindrical body covered in smooth scales that range from brown to cream, with distinctive dark bands creating a unique pattern for each individual. Their stubby legs and broad heads give them a somewhat comical appearance, but don't be fooled. These are sophisticated survivors with an impressive defensive strategy. When threatened, the skink opens its mouth wide and extends its shocking blue tongue while hissing loudly. This unexpected display of color often startles predators just long enough for the lizard to waddle away to safety. Number 3. Barbados Thread Snake. Sometimes the most impressive things come in the tiniest packages. The Barbados thread snake holds the title of world's smallest snake, so diminutive you could easily mistake it for a garden worm if you weren't looking carefully. Found exclusively on the Caribbean island of Barbados, these miniature marvels measure just about 4 inches when fully grown, roughly the length of a golf tee. Despite their minuscule size, they're complete vertebrates with all the essential snake features packed into their thread-like bodies. Their pencil lead thinness allows them to squeeze into the tiniest soil crevices where no other vertebrate could follow. These snakes have evolved a specialized diet to match their size, feeding primarily on termite and ant larvae. What seems like a modest meal to us represents a substantial feast given the snake's tiny proportions. Number 2. Red Spitting Cobra. Imagine a snake that doesn't need to bite you to ruin your day. It can simply shoot venom directly into your eyes from 8 feet away with sniper-like accuracy. The red spitting cobra has mastered this defensive technique, making it one of Africa's most feared reptiles. Found in the arid regions of eastern Africa, these cobras sport vibrant red, orange, or pink coloration that serves as a warning to potential predators. Growing up to 4 feet in length, they patrol dry savannas and scrublands where their striking color actually helps them blend with the reddish-brown soil, while simultaneously advertising their dangerous capabilities to anything that might consider them prey. Number 1. Piball Python. Nature occasionally creates living art masterpieces, and the Piball Python stands as one of its finest works. This snake looks like it's wearing a designer outfit of irregular white patches splashed across a canvas of normal python patterns, a genetic masterpiece that snake enthusiasts worldwide treasure. Growing between 3 and 5 feet long, these pythons combine manageable size with striking appearance. The pied pattern results from a recessive genetic trait that interrupts pigment production in random sections of the snake's body, creating unique markings that make each individual one of a kind. No two pied pythons share exactly the same pattern, making them living snowflakes of the reptile world. Now, I have a special recommendation for you. Are you seeing this video that is appearing on the screen? Click on it, because I'm sure you'll like it. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.